How's it going, people? And welcome back to the GalacticOz podcast. We said we're going to give you guys consistency, and we shall deliver.
Yes.
2 episodes in a row.
How's it feel,
lads? How's it feel?
We're
Finally back. Lineup for today, lads. We've got Abdullah, we've got Ravo making his comeback, and we've got someone who, to be honest, majority of you guys probably wouldn't even know by now. It's been over 6 months, or maybe over 7 months.
He's got a new haircut.
Well,
He's
he's
got-
got right to come back now.
He's got a new haircut.
That's how long he hasn't been
It's only
here.
right to come back now.
Yeah, well,
Only
like,
right to come back
there's
now.
a lot of changes. The braces are gone, the haircut,
Ah,
and
so
you know what? He switched his lifestyle to being a professional athlete, and he now doesn't drink Mountain Dew. Show them what you drink now, Yaqub. This man drinks Gatorade now. It's Yaqub, the
for the
Spurs
cameras.
fan. Welcome back,
Welcome
Yaqub.
back, Apple.
Good to finally have you back, wallahi. This is a hard man to reach.
Spurs special?
Huh?
Spurs
This is the
special?
Spurs corner. I refer
You
to
know,
it as the
you know
Spurs
that
corner.
meme where Homer Simpson comes out of the bush? This is exactly what's going on
This is
right
the
now.
reverse. No, this is the reverse. The meme Homer goes into
He
the
goes
bush.
into
This is
the
the
bush,
reverse.
and this is the reverse. It's coming out.
Right, man. Before we start, I want to talk about something very quickly. Me and Yaqub were having this chat before. Obviously, I said this guy's a hard man to reach. So I was talking about how we communicate. I told him that I messaged him on WhatsApp. You know what he said to me?
I don't use WhatsApp, mush.
That you're an old man. He
Hey,
said-
well,
Yeah.
hey, you're showing your age right now, bro.
Cause
Who communicates?
Question.
Hey, if you live overseas, I'll talk to you on WhatsApp.
Nah.
besides that-
You're an international person if you're using WhatsApp.
That's what I'm trying to
It
tell
means
you,
you're well
bro.
traveled. It means
Hey,
you're
you reckon?
because
Thank
I'm
you,
on the
Ravo.
I'm on the WhatsApp
We
too,
live in the
guys.
same city, bro. Call me, text me like on
And
Instagram.
not even
like,
text. He said,
what's his
just
WhatsApp
message me
messages,
on
bro?
Instagram only. Don't,
Oh,
nothing else.
Instagram, you said?
Yeah, Instagram. What?
That's the only app you're on, huh?
Oh, you don't have his number, yeah?
Now look, nah, yeah,
I have his number.
Well, you
Then
can
not
text me
text
as well.
message.
Why
I'll,
would you-
Yaqub,
why would you
I'll
text me on
show
WhatsApp?
the receipts
Are
right
the
now.
notifications turned off or what? For
No,
WhatsApp?
wallahi, you know the crazy thing is, I eventually saw his message, but this was many weeks later. Because I had to talk to my uncle from Somalia. I said, why is Anna texting me on WhatsApp? But it was so late, I couldn't even respond to him.
You're on the same level as his uncle from Somalia.
Oh, wallahi, I was tripping out, wallah.
Oh, my days.
But we'll let him decide. I'm
Oh,
sure they'll
my
be on my
God.
side.
Everyone
No,
will
in
tell
the
you
world.
WhatsApp, bro.
Yeah, everyone uses WhatsApp, yeah.
bro.
Nah, I reckon you guys are going to be wrong.
Nah,
I
you-
want this to be a special clip, wallah, to ask the people.
Yeah, tell Azam.
will
Because
be,
this
it
is
will
going to be interesting one.
Vote.
Huh?
You know when you're in the deep end of WhatsApp, when you start seeing stories, there's people that actually use that as
Yeah,
stories
wallahi.
too.
That's true.
Status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you start seeing that, that's fun behavior.
I do.
That, no. See,
I
that's
don't put on
finished.
stories, but I see people's
Oh, yeah,
stories.
No, that's finished behaviour.
That's crazy.
So
wallah.
there should not be stories on WhatsApp and Facebook.
You've
No,
got contacts that are putting up stories on
Yeah,
WhatsApp. You're in trouble, huh?
you're in big trouble at that point of life. You've gone too far. All right, let's get into it, boys. We're basically going to do a recap of what we've missed throughout the week. UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and obviously we've got 2 Spurs fans, so we're going to be talking a lot about Spurs. To start off with,
Talk about
lads,
Europe. Use Europe.
yeah, everyone.
Yes, good reference.
Europe.
Everyone has watched the Arsenal versus PSG match. You know, I'm gonna start with you, Abdullah.
Don't start with me,
I'm
bro.
not gonna say
Because I feel like the last episode, I was the only one talking. Start with everybody else and then come back to
are you
me.
gonna go on a rant, or are you gonna just like?
No, but
are you
gonna-
happy? Are you happy or unhappy?
I'm unhappy, but I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I expected this.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
I was hopeful for something different, but I expected this. And I'm talking more about the managerial decisions. But anyways, get into
So,
No,
you're
no.
blaming the manager.
absolutely.
Wallah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Do you guys want me to start?
Yeah, I'm talking about forget just like the result in general and the whole game in general.
Look,
Is what-
firstly,
is that what you expected?
I spoke on the last episode. I said Thomas Partey was going to be a big miss. Yeah, and I knew that the solution was not to bring back Mikel Merino into midfield. I knew that wasn't the solution. Now, I am more a fan of managers that do unorthodox things. I'll bring it to a lower level. The game that we just went to today, West Vale
Yeah,
against Ballarat City. The game we were just at. The centre back for West Vale. What's his natural position?
he's a winger.
He's a winger. He's playing at centre back. South Sudanese, tall, athletic, good on the ball,
Good defender.
can ping it. No. His defending is not because he reads the game well. It's
Yeah.
because he gets it because he's quick and strong.
Yeah.
So that's a coach seeing attributes in a player and thinking, you know what, I need you with those attributes. Even though you're a winger, you're an attacking player, I want you in this position instead for this game. Khalas, one game, one off. You see attributes, you're like, this fits in here. And at the highest level, Pep Guardiola's done it. We've seen Bernardo Silva play right back. We've seen Bernardo Silva play as a 6.
Yeah.
Is he a 6? Is he a right back? No. Pep Guardiola's gone and done that for the games that it's needed for. Now, PSG, everybody that's watched them, the 3 central midfielders, they're moving like Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets. Popping the ball around like it's nobody's business. And you put in there Mikel Merino, he's your least mobile player, to replace Thomas Partey, who's like an engine of the team. That is a massive error. That's a big mistake for me. As a manager, not being able to think, okay, let me think. Who do I have? Jurriën Timber has played as a 6 for Ajax. He gets about the pitch. He puts in tackles. Let me put him in there and let me put Ben White at fullback. Let me change. Let me bring Lewis Kelly in. He's naturally a 6. He played as a 6. Yeah. Put him in there.
Yeah, not the best guy to reference, but
Huh?
the guy who said for Lewis Kelly's not the best guy to reference.
Either solution, bro. Either solution. Well, you have Zinchenko on the bench who plays as a 10 and an 8 for Ukraine. For this game, tell him, listen, go in there and just chase around. Give me 60 minutes.
Abdullah, can I be devil's advocate here? Doesn't he put Mikel Merino up front? Isn't that being like unorthodox? Isn't that trying something?
It is, but that's when his hands are tied. There is absolutely no other option.
Yeah.
Completely no other option. Like if he doesn't do that, it's almost like the other solution is that's when his hands force.
No other option.
Khalas, there's nothing else. But now when the options are so, like there's so many options, he picks the wrong one.
So who would you have? Like if you had to,
I would have Jurriën Timber. In with Declan Rice.
I don't know, someone that's injury prone like him.
He's at risk. He's played all season, bro.
He's healthy now.
But in that midfield's different. It's more demanding in that midfield.
It's one long-term injury that he's had. I don't think that tells you that he shouldn't play in midfield.
The midfield's demanding, Abdullah, and it's a semi-final of a Champions League.
And I am telling you, him at left back or right back or wherever he plays,
more physically demanding.
He puts in a big physical shift every single game.
No, I'm not talking about the actual like physical, as in like physicality of like running and stuff. Actual like hands-on midfield.
Jules, I think he would do the job just fine. I think him with Declan Rice, that would have kept up with that midfield. Then you could say maybe Ben White would have struggled against Kvaratskhelia, but Arteta makes his wingers help always. Bukayo Saka and Martinelli come back and help. So you can just tell him, make sure you double up, or one of the central midfielders comes out and helps him. However you manage it, you can manage it. I just think he picked the wrong option in that. And then the second big mistake is Martin Odegaard stinking up the joint and taking him off in the 89th minute. How did that guy last 89 minutes? He completed 26 passes in the whole game. Everybody completed more passes than him.
He's that captain now.
Big games, he goes
missing one line. No, that's fact.
Sorry, man.
But that's why I point to the manager more in this. And also another thing that I saw when Dembele scored, I told you guys, everybody watch PSG and can see that they don't play with an actual 9. Dembele is a false 9. What does that mean? It means he doesn't mess with the centre backs. He wants nothing to do with them. He comes into the midfield. So how do you solve that problem?
That's how you have the Thomas Partey cutting him off even.
Either that or you tell your striker, listen, for the first 10-15 minutes of the game, you play as a false 9. You pick up their 6. So then our deepest midfielder picks him up and the centre backs stay free. So you have to squeeze things and bring more players into central midfield. So then you have an extra man to deal with that, because he's going to leave the centre backs and he's going to come back into the middle. And exactly what happened in the first 5 minutes. He came into the space where all our 3 midfielders are picking up their 3 midfielders, and then there's space behind them. He comes into the space, gets it on the half turn, and he's off. Goes, plays it to Kvara, gets it back, goal. Khalas. It's like, how do you not see this when you watched PSG? Did you not prepare?
Are you saying? So you're saying this loss is on Arteta?
No, 100%, bro.
I think it's a bit harsh.
I think, listen, let's be honest, we are absolutely fortunate, wallahi, for it to only be 1-0. So it should have been worse, and had it been worse because of these reasons, it's completely his fault. The fact that it's not as bad as it is, I can't take the blame of him just because, PSG didn't take his chances. It's not as bad as it is, but it was, Abdullah, that game, that PSG team was playing near perfection, Abdullah. I agree.
And the fact, I'm not going to lie to you, I hate Arsenal with a passion. And I was watching the game, I'm like, these guys are holding on good.
They were better than us.
And games like that in Europe finish 4-0. Normally. Any time, and I think personally, you guys came into the game thinking, we beat these guys early on in the season.
But this is
before they went on the unbeaten run.
Yeah.
You guys came in like, it's doable. I think you all thought it was doable.
Because it was Ravo.
And I think Arsenal fans were telling me like 3-0, we're going to clean them out.
No, I didn't think, I thought we would take a 1-goal lead to Paris. That's what I thought. But let me tell you, how the game started, the first 15 minutes, it was all PSG.
100%.
From that 15th minute until like the 65th minute, Trossard had his chance, Martinelli had his chance, and the game was really even.
Yeah.
And then towards the end,
That's where I want to come in,
and
Martinelli.
then towards the end, that's when the other chances came. The Barcola chance, the Gonzalo Ramos chance, they came towards the end. So that chunk of the game in the middle, it was anybody's game. And we could have equalized. Like by the end of that section, it could have been 2-1 Arsenal.
I thought you were going to score.
So what I'm saying
I was watching the game,
what
like,
I'm
they're going
saying
to
is,
score.
if had Arteta given us a little bit better of a platform, مثلا picked the right players in the right positions, taken off Odegaard a little bit sooner, who knows what could have happened. But that's just me saying that he's done the wrong thing, and it's my opinion at the end of the day.
Let's talk about
that's what I think.
managerial. What about the players on the field? Do you think everyone did their job? I'm saying, like, I personally saw Arsenal players. I'm like, yo, these guys are good.
Can I actually just jump in? I want to talk about one player because we're not going to agree on much, but I actually agree with you about the Euro team being in the midfield. Because the reality is, Mikel Merino, he's so slow.
Yeah,
like,
the guy is not mobile enough, guys, bro.
Especially on the European Champions League semi-final, questionable. But to be honest, I still wouldn't put that blame on Mikel Arteta. But for me, I'm gonna get to my point. Martinelli, for him to miss those chances in a Champions League semi-final.
Yeah, it's criminal. It's criminal, bro.
But this is the thing. The point I want to make is Arsenal fans shouldn't be talking smack about him. You already knew this is his level.
Yeah.
Wallah al-azim, this is the reality. This is a team who's saying we're going to win the Champions League, we're going to win the Premier League, but Martinelli is your left wing. Like Martinelli, the things he did, I wasn't surprised. Were you surprised that he missed those shots? Like, I was like, oh, is he going to score? Nah. Makes sense.
Are you giving any credit to Donnarumma though? Are you going to give credit to Donnarumma?
I'll give a credit to him. Someone else took a shot that he made a really good save. Trossard.
Yeah,
I'll give it to him.
Even
Trossard could have scored that.
He had his angles right, bro.
I tell
That's
you,
a difficult one.
that Martinelli one, wallah, when I saw the replay, he did everything right.
No, but it's
The
so
ball-
much.
the ball started
You know, me
so
and
far
Anwar are
wide,
actually talking about this as well. What was Martinelli supposed to do? But at the end of the day, wallah,
Just put it away,
we've seen
huh?
Martinelli.
By hook or by crook.
No, but we've seen Martinelli in these positions so many times. So many times
He
doesn't
does score. He does.
Wallah
He does.
al-azim.
The Real Madrid
Oh,
chance
come
felt
on.
similar, didn't it?
Come on.
The Real Madrid chance at the end of the game.
How many times
Did
wallah,
that feel similar or not? Yaqub, he did it a week earlier, bro. Let's not be silly.
Okay, so you're saying
He's clinical enough. I think give more credit to Donnarumma.
You think Martinelli is clinical
Martinelli
enough to play in the
101?
Champions League semi-final?
101 Martinelli, he does. I don't think you know, when a player goes through, you feel it. You feel, are you sure or are you not sure?
Yeah.
With Martinelli, I'm like, more likely he's gonna score.
I'm sorry.
That's how I feel when
I don't
Martinelli
agree
goes
with that
through.
statement.
I don't know
And
that.
I actually reckon a lot of Arsenal fans will disagree with you because maybe you might be on the I like Martinelli train. I don't know.
Love
But
Martinelli.
let me
I
tell you this.
thought it was gonna win the Ballon d'Or.
See, that's what I love it. Because
love
wallah,
it.
you know, a lot of Arsenal fans will tell you Martinelli is not the player who's going to take us to a Champions League final.
Absolutely not.
But
He's not the level.
But Abdullah, listen. He literally had 2 opportunities, was it?
Now,
To score.
the second one was offside, the one that he stretched forward, that second cross. That was the second chance that people are complaining about.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't have counted anyway. And also, it was a far chance, bro. He stretched
At the end of the day,
forward and
wallahi,
didn't get
look, we can get into the argument of should he have scored that, should he have not scored that. It was a good shot. Donnarumma made the save. The reality is you cannot expect Martinelli to take you to a Champions League final. There are players who can take you to a Champions League final, and he's not one of them. Arsenal, where they say they want to go and what they want to achieve, and the players that they have in certain positions, and wallahi, personally, and look, I'm a Tottenham fan, I'm subjective, I'm biased against you guys. But honestly, Martinelli, for me, wallahi, I wouldn't even have him in Tottenham. Like, as even on the bench. I just see him as, he's a pace merchant. You're right, wallahi, to be honest. There's times where he comes in and he slots this, you know the shots he takes?
Yeah.
Those are his classic shots that he puts away. But more times than not, I've seen Martinelli miss too many of those. You cannot depend on him. And the point I'm making is, he's actually a decent player.
But he's not Champions League final level.
If you want to go to the next level,
I hear what you're
because
saying.
Arsenal is
But Yaqub,
at a stage where they want to go to the next level, Martinelli is not the player. This is just, wallah, it's
But you
reality.
can become that player once you achieve it.
I think there's players that can be like
Much better players, bro.
look at Mkhitaryan in Inter Milan.
Yeah, exactly. Who
Like-
is he, bro?
Like
Who is he?
there's times you can be a nobody. There's players that just rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Martinelli, I personally I think Trossard's better.
Yeah, he's
Like
so
when-
much better.
yeah.
They
No,
don't
well,
even have a
like this,
striker.
yeah.
They don't even have a striker. Your wingers need to do more. Bukayo Saka is doing more. Martinelli, how much goals is he on this season?
Not many. Not
Come
many.
on,
But he's
bro,
been
this
in
is
and out of the
ridiculous,
team,
bro.
bro. He's been in and
Well,
out of the team.
You know, is he a top 5 winger in the Premier League? I don't think so.
I
wouldn't say
wouldn't
so.
put him there this
So,
year.
okay,
But
so your
listen,
team wants to win the Premier League.
No.
Your team wants to
It's
win the Champions
recency
League.
bias, bro.
No, but last year, where was he?
Last year was injured. He was injured for most of the season.
And the year before?
15 goals.
Okay, so 3 years ago you're rating. No, hold on. So you're rating him
2 years
something
ago.
3 years ago.
2 years ago.
3 years ago.
2 years ago.
We're in 2025.
2 years ago.
3 seasons ago
2022,
started.
23.
Nah.
22,
But it started in
23.
2022.
22,
Hey,
23. 15 goals, bro.
I mean, let me make a point to you.
in the
wallah.
Premier League.
This is actually one of the
15
problems
Prem
with
goals,
certain.
man.
Hey,
Where's Hoyland, wallah?
hey, Abdullah. This is actually the problem with the Arsenal players.
Coming straight.
Abdullah, this is the problem with your team, wallah, some of your fans. You say you want to go to the next level, but you want to defend certain players
I'm not
like
saying.
Martinelli.
I-
If I was Arsenal,
you didn't ask
and
me.
we're actually good,
Asma,
Martinelli's not the
listen,
player.
Did you ask me? Do you want to replace him?
Yeah.
If you ask me that, yes.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
But that's the conversation.
But
That's
this
where the
is what I'm
conversation needs to
dealing
be.
with right now. So he is the best that we have right now. I'll
I
take him
wouldn't
over
say so.
Trossard. I'm gonna
Absolutely,
support him
I
right now.
wouldn't say so.
And I think when he goes through, I believe that he's more likely
we
to
need
score.
we need a jury on that, man. We need a jury verdict.
Yeah,
Let us
man.
know, wallah.
I'm-
Trossard or
I'm there.
Martinelli. Champions League.
You don't watch every game though.
Huh?
Trossard is so frustrating because he's so slow. Trossard is good in the final action, but you have to get everything. Everything else has to work, and then that chance happens for him.
So you're asking
Then he's
me,
better.
would I prefer a fast player who's gonna miss or a slow player who,
If
when he
you're
gets the
a fullback,
opportunities,
if
he's gonna
you're a
score?
fullback, who would you be? Who would you rather defend?
If I was a fullback,
Yeah.
I would prefer Trossard. If I was a keeper, I'd prefer Martinelli. Because I know I can save the shots.
But you're a fullback. But you're a fullback.
Hey, man.
So you would prefer to defend Trossard.
Well, to be honest,
Because Martinelli is frightening
I'll
to
probably,
defend,
I'll
bro.
probably, I'll
You're
probably
running
take,
behind
I'll
all
probably
day.
take Martinelli because I know he's gonna outpace me, but that's about it. That's it.
What do you mean?
He's
The
gonna
moment he
outpace me
runs
and
in
not
behind you,
score.
cuz it's raps.
Huh?
Even by fluke, he scores a goal. It's your fault.
Trossard's going to score, bar.
No, Trossard is
Hey,
not.
come on. Trossard is very clinical, man. Trossard is very clinical.
Trossard is clinical, yes, but you'll see. Trossard is not good enough to start for Arsenal, bro.
Not to start.
Man,
for
I
Arsenal.
think-
I think Odegaard should get dropped
I agree.
as a captain. You know,
You can't.
what happened? He lost confidence. Every time he's in that position. I think Arsenal's
Arsenal, man.
biggest issue, I think, is overuse of the ball. When I was watching that game, I'm like, but yeah, next to the box, Odegaard hit it. I'm like,
He
shoot.
can't shoot.
He doesn't want to shoot.
He
He used
doesn't
to.
know how to, bro.
He used to, Wallah Abdullah.
He's-
That was his
Firstly,
perfect shot.
Shifa says this all the time. He's like, how has he played on the right hand side the whole time, 3 years, and he hasn't scored a single finesse shot? Like, you know, those
Yeah. Top bins.
Yeah, those ones from outside, curling in, the ones that Saka scores. How has he not scored? Because he doesn't have the ability to. And the second thing is, like, when a player is going through a rough patch, it's almost you doing him a favor taking him out of the team. So I don't know why.
But he's your captain as well.
It doesn't
what I
matter,
was
bro.
gonna say. I
It
think
doesn't
that's
matter.
the
Come-
biggest
It's important. It's important. Abdullah, it's
Arsene Wenger-
important.
Yeah, Jama'a, listen, Arsene Wenger had Vermaelen on the bench and he was club captain. It happens.
So
It's
who would you
normal.
swap him for?
Huh?
Who would you swap him for?
Ranieri. I'll start
Ranieri
Ranieri
in a Champions-
100%.
in a Champions League
I would
semi-final.
start him.
Yaqub, I'll back
You
that.
would
I'll
have said
back
the
that.
same
I'll
thing
back
about
No,
Lewis
but you
Kelly
can't- but
if Lewis Kelly wasn't in the team, bro.
You know what?
Yeah.
And now
That's
he's
an
doing
argument, but in semi-finals, you
I
can't
would start him,
experiment.
bro.
Wallah, you
I
can't
would start him. It's
You
not
would
experimenting, bro. It's
That's
not experimenting.
experimenting.
Right now, on form, he is better than Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is an absolute waste of space right now. Wallahi al-azim.
Look-
Go and watch the full 90 minutes of the Real Madrid games, both of them. And
He
watch
did
what
nothing. He did nothing. I was
Absolutely
confused.
nothing.
Yeah. I was confused.
Nothing.
We're on your side. Look, like Champions League final, you know when we brought Harry Kane back in?
That was the biggest thing I hated.
It's,
To this day.
Mistakes.
You have to still play. Well,
No,
I didn't
but-
agree with it,
no,
but you
but
still
Harry
have to
Kane-
play your
Harry
best
I got
player
it, I
every
got
game.
it.
Yeah, I understand that, but Harry Kane wasn't playing poorly. He was just injured.
Yeah.
He was just out injured. He wasn't.
He
playing
wasn't even
poorly.
healthy.
It doesn't matter, bro.
You still have to play your best
one
players.
moment,
Yeah.
this guy can deliver. But Martin Odegaard has proven to us all season that he's not on it this season. You know what? Some people are making excuses for him about. He had a kid. He's staying up all night feeding the kid. Can't stay home all night. We don't want you on the pitch, cuz.
Nah, I'm sorry.
Enough is enough.
Get a
You
name
can't
of
get
it.
you can't get your club captain your
Yeah, and it's
your
dropping.
your
It's-
10
it drops
proper
confidence.
For a 17-year-old player.
A proper manager can. You know why? Because it's end of the season. It's the business end. Get the results, but build his confidence
Well,
up in the summer again, and he's back in the
Well,
team.
you know this is giving Pep Guardiola. You know when he does random things towards the finals,
Like
It
you
needs
were
to
talking
happen,
about
bro.
it.
and it's a
You
head
know, you were
scratcher,
talking
and
about
everyone's
to
like,
happen.
"What
Yeah.
the hell is going on
Bro.
here?" Well, this is the vibe it's giving.
That
Wallah.
is how it needs to work. Because when you need a result, everything is on the
But if
line.
it doesn't work, it's all on Arteta's fault.
Exactly, and that's why he gets paid
Bro, you
12
trying to
million
get the
a
guy
year.
fired, bro?
He gets 12
You
million
trying
a
to get the
year
guy fired?
to make those decisions, and he's making all of them wrong, bro. Come on, man.
But hey, at the
Hey,
same
listen, I
time,
don't even like defending.
Hey,
This is what this guy's brought me to. Wallah, I mean,
Abdullah hates Arteta.
I'm Arsenal fans here.
You know,
This whole
I
thing.
don't
Yeah,
like,
wallah.
like you know that win against Real Madrid, and everybody's like, Arteta played it so right. He did. There was nothing that he tweaked, Zato, from what he's been doing all season.
been the same
Nothing.
shit.
Nothing. It's exactly the same.
it's the same
They've got
lineup,
nice
yeah.
ball doing the top corner.
Yeah, that's the
Bro, stop giving the guy credit for not doing anything.
Nah,
Like, he didn't-
the defending was amazing.
the defending has been like this, like in.
But
Come
I
on,
just-
boys.
Okay, hold on. Wait, you do understand Mikel Arteta built this team.
I agree, and that's the credit. That's why I give him the credit. But
Yeah.
that's why I say, but he's done all of this.
Yeah.
But he's not the guy to take us over the line because he doesn't make.
Wait,
those-
so are you saying we should call for the sacking of Arteta?
Absolutely. If there's a better manager available, bring him in.
Hey, Arsenal fans.
You know what, Abdullah?
Talk to this
Yaqub
guy.
is very good at pushing it in stupid comments.
No.
Hey,
Stop,
hey,
like,
I know,
it's called
because-
clickbaiting. We're
And
getting some
by the
views
way,
here.
At the start
Hey,
of this
Abdullah.
season, at the start of this season, I
Yeah.
said if Arteta doesn't win a trophy this year,
Yeah.
the conversation needs to be had. It needs to be had.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. At the end of the
And
day,
you're not winning the Champions League, so
this team has been built to win. Yeah. He's done most of the work. Now get us over the line. You've had 3 years. You've come second, and you haven't gotten us over the line. Now a semi-final, choke job of decisions of picking selection errors. So now what? What do we do? How are you not getting us over the line when you've built this? Like he's set the foundations. Everything is perfect. Now go and do it. He choked with the signing Kai Havertz instead of spending money on a striker. Never buying a striker. No, they didn't buy Ollie Watkins in January. I'm not saying he's the answer, but at least a body. You don't even have a recognized number 9 to finish the season with.
No.
All of these decisions, they are his.
Yeah.
So that's why a conversation needs to be had. That's what I'm
I
saying.
agree with you because the reason is 3 years of you guys telling us we're going to win this and we're going to win that, but you haven't won anything. So it's an overrated club. It's an overrated club, overrated team. Second. Champions League none.
So,
Europa
Abdullah, you
League
think it's
none.
not doable in Paris?
No.
There's magical nights in Paris.
it's
A lot
not-
of teams
it's
have
not about
experienced
magical
that. You
nights.
know that.
I am
They don't have
hopeful.
the magic. They don't have the one.
They're
It's not Harry Potter.
No.
You are not winning
Wallahi,
nothing, brother.
genuinely, I am very hopeful because that was PSG's best
You have
team.
no other option.
We've got Thomas Partey coming back, and they're saying Dembele might be out.
Okay.
Thigh
You know what,
strain.
Wallahi,
So
Abdullah, you know what, Wallahi,
It's
as
a
a,
ve-
as
it's
a
a very
Spurs
strong
fan, Wallahi,
possibility.
genuinely, I'm saying Wallahi a lot. Thomas Partey, bro, he's him. Wallahi.
he's the truth.
Like when he plays, I'm not saying I watch too many Arsenal games, but Thomas Partey when he plays and when he doesn't play,
It's the difference.
bro, you know the difference. You know how good a player is when he's not on the pitch.
Yeah.
Bro, Thomas Partey when he's in the team, it's like everyone's better. Even Odegaard when Thomas Partey's with him, it's like I don't know
Because
what
he
it
doesn't
is.
have to worry about the defensive
like-
side of
It's
things.
not that. He just does that job as a 6
Everything
so
you
well.
need is there.
So well.
Yeah,
and
wallahi.
it's more on the ball as well because you know those defensive midfielders that get the ball and just play those straight passes through the lines. That's the best 6. Like a straight pass, you know, because it's easy to play the side to side passes. When you get the ball and you're facing forward and there's a straight pass between the line either here or here, and he does them
Bro,
every
he
time.
can defend.
And the
He can
problem
keep
with-
the ball. He can pass.
And the problem
It's
with Declan Rice
ridiculous.
being in the 6, Declan Rice is not natural at that. He's more natural at driving with the ball. So when he gets it, he wants to take a
100%
touch
agree.
and
Yeah.
drive and
Yeah.
drive and drive. And he slows
And he-
everything
and he
down.
can't do progressive
gaps
passes.
Gaps just close up.
Yeah.
But Thomas Partey just gets it, sees a pass, plays it. And he just keeps the whole team moving. So he's going to be back in the team. Mikel Merino back up top. So hopefully occupying the centre backs a little bit better than...
So is he gonna come back or Partey?
Who?
Or
Yeah,
is
Partey's
it-
in. He was
suspension's
suspended,
over.
bro.
Oh, he was suspended. I
Yeah,
didn't even know
he
that.
took a yellow card
yeah.
against
Real
arguing with Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
But let's talk about PSG's team.
What a team, bro. What a
Wallah,
team.
wallah,
The
bro,
way
they
they're
just
able-
produce players every year,
Bro.
and it's ridiculous.
Nah, I personally think that selling Mbappe was the best thing Luis Enrique
Yeah.
did.
Bro,
Because
they're on their way to win the Champions League.
yeah,
Like,
because
this is gonna work out for them.
there's
wallah.
Dembele's the star, whatever. But it's literally whenever they score, every single player is touching the
Bro,
ball before he
that
goes in.
midfield 3 is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
joke, first
Yeah.
of all.
The front three too.
The front 3, leave.
The whole other
That's,
thing,
you
yeah.
can't speak about that. That's like world-class level.
Yeah.
The midfield 3 is like a bunch of players that they picked out of like nowhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Vitinha, Neves, and Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah.
Bro, players that you would like, they wouldn't like blow your mind if
Yeah.
you
They're not
say
headline
these
players,
are
yeah,
the
before
3,
this,
but
yeah.
then you watch them and it's next
Yeah.
level, bro.
And I think the way they're able to use the whole pitch is just take the ball wide, bring it back
It's
inside.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Ah.
It's
That's-
ridiculous.
and I think they went on a 23-game unbeaten run or something.
Because it's an unreal
want
team,
something.
and Ashraf Hakimi is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro, how
That
like
guy's
you
a
don't
nightmare,
watch PSG much, so you don't see him. But I was watching him in Champions League, bro. How good is Hakimi, bro?
He's
Yeah.
unreal, bro.
He's everywhere. Like
And
as a
he
right
is-
back,
he is a lightning quick. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
winger pace.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not fullback pace. It's winger pace. Like he'll get past, you'll knock it, you're not catching him.
Yeah.
It's actually scary.
We
bro.
were talking so much before the other game.
Yeah, well, that
We were
was-
telling you how scary Kvaratskhelia is, how Dembele is scary, how Doué, how Mendes, how Hakim.
And to this day,
Vitinha,
Ahmed,
And he wasn't worried.
And I am telling you right
until
now.
now, he was saying
and right now, I
Timber
will
is
say-
gonna have them on
I will
lock.
say
This
right
guy-
now, Timber and Lewis Kelly did not lose those battles. You can tell me otherwise all you want. They did not lose those battles.
Like Hakimi did get into some good spaces in the game.
No, they did. And Kvaratskhelia had Timber maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me they lost the battles. You can't tell me they got destroyed. Exactly what I was saying the other day. I'm confident in my fullbacks. I still am, and they delivered. And I am again for the second leg.
I'll tell you this: if Dembele plays in his position,
It's raps.
it's raps.
Don't
because
worry.
it's
there's
Lewis
no,
Kelly
there's no fullback in the world that can
versus
stop.
Dembele.
To be fair,
That's what,
Dembele, wallah, to be
especially in
fair.
his form right now. And I think
that's
you know
not
what
what he's been
You know what I
doing.
think as well. This whole thing about him copying an injury, I think it's just a little bit just give you guys some hope.
Mind games.
Mind games,
And he's gonna come.
Yeah, well, you never
He's
know.
gonna
Like,
come
could
and
be.
he's gonna destroy us
Let him
again.
come, bro.
Because
It's all right.
they said it's looking more likely that he will play than he will.
I think they'll force him to
Yeah.
play.
That's what they said.
Guys, I love the
Even if
little
they keep him on
tweak,
the
the
bench
little
for the
tweaks
start
they
and bring him
do.
on second half. I think even if they keep him on the bench as a precautionary, so then he doesn't make the injury worse and misses the final at worst, maybe they'll keep him on the bench. And then if they need, bring him on second
But
half.
hey, it's
I think he's going to play.
It's understandable, Dembele, by the way. He's the most injury-prone player. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to have the crazy season.
Nah, this
Next year,
season
watch.
he's been-
Next
this season
next
he's
year,
been
watch.
playing.
I don't know.
100%. He needs
Something's
to
gonna
ride
And by
happen.
the way,
this
you're
wave,
screaming about him being in his position, this, that, and the other. He's been in his position all season until this change happened. He wasn't actually doing anything. This
In his
change
position?
happened. Yeah, he wasn't doing much.
What do you
And
mean?
then
In
once-
terms in the season?
Yeah, in the season, like the first half of the season, he was quiet.
Yeah.
And then second
on
half,
a
they
good
made
run.
this
He's
shift.
on a good
They
run.
brought Due's in, his false line, interchanging left, right, and center.
Due is not even in his right position.
I
Due
know,
on the left.
but this change happened in the second half of the season. This change happens from January.
From Dembele being up top.
Yeah, that's when the form picked up.
Okay.
Guys, that Doué kid too.
He's ridiculous, bro. I'm telling you, that guy, once he brushes up on like getting to the at being like a stats player, being an output player, it's raps. Do it. When he because right now obviously he's young.
It's more skillful now.
Yeah,
get
flicks
in
and
the
tricks,
team,
all
yeah.
of this. Once he's like, nah, I need goals and assists. Like what? Like when he gets on what Salah is on. Like I don't care what happens today. I'm coming out with something. That type of behavior. It's raps for world football. Bro.
That's very
He's
hard
coming for the Ballon d'Or.
That's very hard to get come at a very young age.
Yeah.
Not many of them think like that.
I mean,
It's-
wallahi. We'll get to him later.
yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Actually, you know what?
Well, that's a big
I think
conversation.
I think we'll wrap it up on Arsenal. Everyone take a deep breath. Well, that was like 30 minutes on
Abdullah, we
so
can't. That's
much.
what Hey,
that
from now on,
you
ask
left
Abdullah.
I break Arsenal too much. I break it down too
Abdullah
much.
breaks it down.
Every piece because I have so much to say about everything.
I like this.
That was a lot. But anyhow, that was very good to be honest. Wallahi. But to wrap it up, Abdullah, second leg predictions for the score.
3-1 Arsenal.
Wow, that is very. The fact that you guys had only
3-1 Arsenal. Enough.
two.
Why you making
Leave
me?
me out.
you
Let
know
him be,
what?
let him
No
be,
more,
yeah, let
no
him
more
be.
comments. 3-1. Yaqub.
Me, 3-0 PSG. I'm seeing what's gonna happen is
Oh wait,
in the
wait.
first
3-0 on for that game or in total?
Just for
three,
the
no,
game. We're
this
just going
game.
for the game.
What's
That
gonna
game
happen in
only.
the first 10-15 minutes? You know, because they're gonna start this Arsenal. We're coming back, Remontada, all this nonsense, and straight away in the first 10-15 minutes, PSG is gonna score a goal, and Arsenal hearts are gonna break, and I'm gonna be there to witness it. You like that?
Raver. What do you think?
2-1 PSG.
2-1
Respectable. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it will be another 1-0. I think it's
1-0
gonna be.
PSG?
I think it's gonna be a very hard game to break.
3-1 Arsenal or 1-0 Arsenal and penalties we win.
Nah, I think it's gonna be 1-0 again, and so overall 2-0 scoreline.
Hey,
I
you
think
know what?
it'll be
Let me
that.
change my one. Well, in all seriousness, I reckon it'll be a draw. Because what's gonna happen is they're both gonna be very nervous coming into the game.
That's what
I
I'm
honestly
thinking.
believe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because Arsenal doesn't have the mentality. We saw. Remember when you guys were going after Premier League? They don't know how to chase. They don't know actually how to come into a game and just win the game. So and PSG will kind of be, even though like they're not like a Premier League team, so they don't defend too much or whatnot. I reckon it's going to be two very nervous teams who don't want to take risks. And usually those games end in 0-0. Either way, regardless, PSG in the Champions League final.
I think the nerves are going to get Arteta. I think Luis Enrique has been in these positions
Yeah,
before.
Luis
He's going to be
Enrique's-
clutch. He's going to say, "Come."
wait,
You see him on the bench too. He just sits down like this. Like you see him. He's sitting
Yeah.
down like this. Arteta's running on the line. He's doing this. He's getting out of his
that's
box.
how Arteta
That's
is.
his style.
No,
He's doing
Yeah.
that against Brentford.
No, I know.
And
I
you
know.
don't do that against them.
But what I'm
He's doing
saying
it
is,
everywhere.
you see Luis Enrique. He just sits down like this. He just sits down.
That's the
Composed.
demeanor. It's like
Kick back.
Ancelotti. Ancelotti is
He
like
comes
that.
up,
Yeah.
does a little top couple tweaks, goes back again.
Arteta's losing his head.
Yeah.
Nah,
And they
that's
say
true.
Arteta's on ketamine. Is that true?
It doesn't
Hey,
take much.
hey,
It doesn't take
hey.
much for him to lose his head.
Khalas, hey,
Nah,
we're
I'm
done.
being serious.
We're
I
done
don't
with
know.
Arsenal.
Is he
We're
using
done.
drugs?
I don't know.
Have you seen the guy like when he's running around?
Enough.
I apologize
Yeah.
anyway. That's a bad joke.
Enough.
So it's right.
we move on, boys. We move on to the other game, which was, to be honest,
better
I thought going into the week that this was gonna be the game where shit's gonna happen. Like this is two teams who, to be honest, are probably in their best. Like Barcelona hasn't been this good for a while, and Inter's had their moments, but this is like one of the most exciting sides, I reckon, at the moment. So going into this game with Barcelona's high line, I was saying this a couple of times. That high line, I don't know how not that many
How they
teams-
haven't been punished as often as they should.
no one
Because-
is punishing them enough.
they got
And
defenders
it's
with
either,
pace.
it's either they're doing it so well, or it's just the other teams aren't using it to their
They
advantage
got
as
Koundé
much.
to drop back. They got players. They got fast players, man.
That's the thing. So when you're playing this type of high line, you're gonna need fast players.
Yeah.
And they do have that. But whether someone is fast or not, if you have the head start, which is what you would have if you make a run in behind, you have the head start. You should still
But
be able
they've
to
been
punish
well
them, but
drilled
they're
to catch people offside.
so well.
They
Like,
just step
every
up,
time.
bro. That Mkhitaryan offside
It's a
by a
joke.
toe. Did you see that?
Yeah,
it's a
just
joke.
like
I
that
thought he was
yeah.
looking onside. You're like, nah, he's off. He's off. I was like, it's so tight, bro.
It is a joke. It is a joke. And goes without saying, lads. Well, like, main topic here is Lamine Yamal.
Oh, as we call him,
Laim
Yamal.
Yamal. This one?
Laim.
Oh my
Wallahi,
God.
bijad Laim.
Yaqub, you need a translation? Or
Nah.
you understand Laim?
Laim means rude.
Wallah?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very close
And
to
it sounds
Laim.
like
I
his
thought
first
it had
name.
to go to do with Messi or something.
No. Laim Yamal.
But yeah, he's an absolute star. Is it safe to say, boys, that this guy right now is the best player in the world?
Best player in the world, that's it. Best player in the
Easily?
world, full stop. I know Abdullah, he's
You've been
making a
saying it
face.
for time.
He's making a face, but wallahi.
No,
Lamine
you've
Yamal-
been saying it for time.
I
I've
know,
been with you, bro.
My thing changed about Lamine Yamal because Barcelona hype up every 15-year-old kid that they have. When I saw him playing the Euros, I said, "That's it. This guy at
it's
that
serious,
age to
yeah.
be moving the ball,
It's
holding the
ridiculous.
ball like a
Ridiculous.
veteran. Like the guy is like, oh, he's too, and he's so efficient. I don't think people understand how efficient Lamine Yamal is.
He's-
Most games, even the ones I don't watch. At the end of the game, I check because I watch the highlights before I check who scored, who assisted. Lamine Yamal's name is always there. You know, before we were talking about was it Due bringing in the numbers?
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal is
He's already
already a
doing
wow
that.
player,
Yeah.
and he's already bringing the efficiency, the numbers, the assists. It's wallahi, he's
16,
easily
17,
he's
he's
easily the
2
best player in the
years
world.
younger than
It's
Due as
ridiculous,
well,
bro.
come on.
Like that goal he scored, bro. Thuram was on him, the striker. And to take the ball from there to then just easily score like it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, what just happened?
It's ridiculous.
Bro, this guy's too good, bro.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
like what was it? The opposing manager was like, "Bro, this guy's like something that we've never seen before."
Yeah.
Like
They had
and
to
he's
double
17
and
years
triple
old.
team him, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
they triple teamed
17-year-old.
There's no
one
answer
of
for
the
it.
best defensive teams in Europe, double teaming a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Think about this: a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
17-year-old that's supposed to be nervous not even nervous. They shouldn't even be playing in the semi-final.
17
Nah.
is he 11, yeah?
bro.
I tell you how I knew this guy was him. He dyed his hair blonde before the finals of the Copa del Rey. I
he's
said,
a
yeah,
joke.
nah, this kid believes in himself.
Yeah, he
It's
knows.
like R9 when he does that little haircut.
Yeah.
You know when you just know you're them.
Yeah.
He knows it.
Yeah.
And then who sent it into the group? His dad's Instagram.
Yeah. Azam did the.
His dad's a mess.
They go.
This guy's
That's a
finished, bro. He's finished online.
It's funny. Like, you know what I was saying to Amir is the guy, because remember when I was speaking to him about him before the Euros, we were trying to convince Hassan Idris because he kept saying, I don't believe in boy wonders.
Yeah.
We kept telling him this guy is different because I thought personally that he's going to eventually play in the 10 because I didn't think he's physical enough and
I
quick
said
enough
that as well, Les.
to be a winger.
There's
But
no
this
chance
guy's
there.
IQ is actually
His
different
decision
level.
making is
It's
like
not even
it's
that.
so
It's
high.
his understanding
Yeah.
of spaces, bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't get close enough. So let's compare him and Saka, for example. Saka knows his main strength is his power and strength. So he wants to get up against a defender, physically pin him and roll him and go inside. This guy knows that he's got nothing of that. And he knows he doesn't have the pace to like go push and run. So the dummies, the body feints, he does them within like a meter from the play. Like he tries to
Create
outbalance
separation.
him, like
Yeah.
imbalance him a little
Yeah.
bit before he even gets there and then does what he wants. Like the shimmy to Mkhitaryan where he sends him the wrong way and then he goes on the inside. He does it before he even gets to him. Like he's like a meter and a half before him. He does this and then goes on the inside,
Such a
opens his body. He understands spaces
genius
so well,
one,
bro.
man, bro.
He's
Yeah,
actually,
it's
it's
so
all up
amazing.
here for him. He's a step ahead. He
Yeah.
knows exactly what he wants to do with every movement that he's doing. It's
Yeah.
actually ridiculous, bro.
And it's good that he's not using athleticism only.
Yeah.
He didn't focus. Normally kids, they come in, they're just crazy 99
Yeah.
pace. They're just running with the ball.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this kid's
He's
amazing.
not an athletic freak.
He's not.
And by the way, the outside of the foot technique that
passes
he's
is
got, that's what
unreal.
is like. It's almost like making defenders second guess because that's like having a right foot.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need to. He can go either way. And Amr was saying, but he gets into the defender's minds. Like you see, he always on the first dribble against the defender, takes him on the outside. He takes him on the outside because he's left-footed. He knows they want to close off the inside channel, so he goes on the outside. So then the next time the defender thinks, oh, which way is he going? He doesn't really know.
Yeah.
So he just goes on the outside.
he does that every week in the
Yeah.
Liga, by the
Yeah.
way. Every
Ridiculous,
week
bro.
he's doing this.
He's-
Every time I'm watching the
he's-
Barca games, the highlights and stuff, I'm like, this kid is just different.
He's
But
a
I gotta say, bro, Inter Milan, by the way, one of the best defensive teams.
Yeah.
And I think both teams played amazing.
And that
You
was
know
some
why?
good football.
It was a good game.
They knew their strengths, they knew their weaknesses, and they both applied it.
Yeah.
They finished 3-3. It was a perfect game.
Yeah.
Inter Milan knew, hey, we're not gonna beat these guys. Let's kill them in the set pieces. They smashed them in the set pieces.
Yeah, take it.
You know. And then Barca were just doing what Barca do. I love this.
Okay, we talk
anti-flick.
about Pedri and De Jong, Billah.
Amazing.
These guys are these guys are serious, bro.
I'll be honest. I was someone that's always criticized that position as a 6 or an 8. Like that position for me was always like
The easier
it's
ones.
easy. You should be able to
Eight
do
and
this stuff.
eight is not easy.
I always thought that, and wallah, I think two players have made me like realize this shit is
There's a skill to it too.
there's a massive skill to this. The first one was Shifa by telling me what it was. he broke it down
when
step
he
by
tried to
step.
help you with the understanding cruise, huh?
He broke it down step by step for the cruise thing. Even then, I wasn't fully convinced. Then I was like, watching this game, I was like, let me just have a look at this Pedro guy. Because I don't understand what all this hype is. The way this guy, firstly, he makes the job looks 10 times easier than it is. And on top of that, all his touches, he makes it look like it's the easiest thing. And he's getting it on a bubble, or he's getting it in the air, in between two players or whatever. Getting
Azam
out.
was saying this. We were speaking to him, and he's like, it's almost like De Jong and Pedri are testing each other because they keep playing the ball to each other when they've got 2-3 men around them. Like
They
just
don't
on purpose to make show your ability. They just plays it into him, zips it into him. Like when he's got 2-3 men around him, and the guy just gets out of trouble. No worries.
And you know what's crazy?
And
they
they
do
do that
those passes, and they get like 91% accuracy,
Crazy.
95% accuracy.
Crazy.
I was
How?
going to say, wallah.
How?
Have you guys ever been in a situation where someone on the pitch, all these players are, someone's trusted you so much that they just play the ball?
It doesn't matter
consistently?
when.
It doesn't matter when.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
You
not
have
getting
to
that at
be-
Newmarket Phoenix, brother. What are you saying?
I'm telling you,
Yeah, I've played long enough, right?
bro, that level of respect, wallahi, is to another level.
Not many people get that.
Wallahi al-azim. That level, you're just like, there's so much belief here that I'm willing to do whatever it takes for this person.
Just get the ball to him.
It's just, I'll give it to you. And there was the same thing with Lamine Yamal. He will get it, pass it off, they will give it to him again.
Yeah,
go take
go.
it.
Yeah.
And he pass
Why
it
are
back,
you giving it
and
back?
give it
Go,
again.
wallahi.
Like that's different class. That shows you what, like how high the team holds it.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
ridiculous, bro.
Like we can't create anything unless you do it. So stop
Literally.
giving us the ball back.
Don't give it back. Just
Take
go and
it.
do what you do.
Yeah.
And they don't care. Even if he loses it, there were times where he didn't make the right decision. He might have lost it. Nothing. Still here, take it again. Do it again. Which is just amazing
And
to see.
Rafinha, what a season he's having as well.
Amazing. But he had a pretty decent, like...
He didn't have a good game. It wasn't the best game.
It wasn't the best.
But
It wasn't the best.
He still comes out with an assist. And
And
the
you know
second
what?
He had an
goal
assist,
is
yeah.
the goal
And
off
you know
the
what?
keeper.
Yeah, me and Azam were talking about
That's
this.
impact, bro.
Me and Azam were talking about this. Obviously, when you compare Rafinha and Yamal, Yamal's got more to his game than Rafinha. The thing Azam was saying is that, do you think once a player like Rafinha sees Yamal do this in a game, does that hinder his confidence? Does that take
Nah.
does he take a
Based
hit?
in this season, no.
because
I feel like
Yeah.
it shouldn't, but it does take a hit on Rafinha, because when you see Rafinha have a good game, Yamal will have a good game. When you see Yamal smash a game like this,
Yeah.
Rafinha is out of it.
I tell you why I disagree with that.
Go on.
Because they're both Ballon d'Or contenders. Like
Yeah.
they're both having
No,
very,
100%.
very good seasons.
No, but it's,
100%.
I think his point more, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the point that you're trying to make,
Go on.
but it feels like, it almost felt like in that game that Barcelona were favouring the right side.
Yeah.
Like they weren't
100%.
going down Rafinha's side.
But well, let's
even
be
when
honest,
they're building
yeah,
up.
even though Rafinha is more of a I know people say Rafinha is going to win the Ballon d'Or, and the conversation is around there. I think everyone in Barcelona knows Lamine Yamal is the better player.
Yeah.
Mind you, Lamine Yamal is two things. He's a scorer. He's a creator. He holds a lot of different roles. Rafinha is a very efficient striking of the ball, very fast.
That's what I mean.
And he's a scrappy. He goes after things, you know. But Lamine Yamal,
It feels like Lamine Yamal can control a game from the right
Yeah,
wing.
Lamine Yamal is completely different.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I mean. He's got way more to his game than this guy.
but I think it
And it's
rotates.
I don't
in
think
the
they take away
comparison
from
thing-
each other, but they're different players. But they're
No,
very
but
different.
it might knock his confidence, is what he's saying.
For me-
Which I understand. Especially if like the start of the season you talked about a Ballon d'Or contender, and then this guy's stealing all the light like this, like you can feel that it's gonna
Who's
take away
stealing the
from your
light?
vote.
Yeah, Lamine?
Yep.
Lamine's
so much
stealing.
And it's
chemistry,
Rafinha was never a Ballon d'Or contender.
No, he was at the start of the season, bro. People
No,
were
at
saying
the
he's
start, I
the
thought he meant
favorite.
from the
He
start.
was getting
No,
serious,
he was
bro.
having a good run. But
He
if you
was-
watch the games,
He was more of a shout for the Ballon d'Or than Lamine.
He still is.
Isn't he still?
I don't think so.
No, he still
I don't
is.
think
I
so.
think he still is.
I think
Go
after
watch
that
the league.
performance in a semi-final, bro, I think that
Don't
does
forget, it's
that
too
does
late.
wonders, bro.
Hey,
I know it's
too-
two legs.
it's two
I know
legs.
it's early, but I'm saying as we stand right now, it's Lamine Yamal.
And Abdullah, don't forget, it always rotates. Those in Barcelona, one game it's on the left.
100%.
one-
Yeah.
Sah.
It's always Barcelona is always like that. They're always switching sides. You know what I think about Lewandowski?
Yeah.
This guy's Lewandowski. He's in the middle of it, and he's just like, let me get this toe poke, whatever. He's
Yeah.
He's
I
still
don't
doing
like
bits,
it.
by the way.
Yeah,
Wallahi.
he's loving it because he's like,
Lewandowski's done, bro. He's
No.
Nah,
Wallahi,
bro,
Kobe,
it's-
he's
Yeah,
ridiculous
you
now.
know, it's not that. It's like this is what you pay top dollar for a player that when he gets a chance he puts it away.
Yeah. He's not getting many.
He's a number 9, bro. This is a serious finisher.
And imagine
I
the
just
counter
think he's
attacks.
old now, man.
He's old, but he's still putting him away like it's
Look,
nothing, bro.
he's old,
You saw Ferran Torres as well this week.
Yeah.
He wasn't the
He
best.
was wasteful,
You
bro.
could see Lewandowski was missing.
Ferran Torres was alright.
No, I thought
It's okay,
no.
but
I
it's
reckon
not
Lewandowski
Lewandowski, bro.
he would have
No,
scored.
he's definitely not Lewandowski. But I just think, well, like to the Barcelona fans I speak to, a lot of them want to get rid of Lewandowski, move on, find a striker.
Yeah.
I think in that game, Lewandowski would have scored 2.
Yeah.
He would have contributed.
I think
too.
he would have
Because
got
there was a
something out of
couple
that
times
game.
where they were trying to whip in the ball. There was no one there. Those were the Lewandowski would have been the target play then, even in the set pieces as well. He would have been the target guy, and I think they were missing him there. I reckon they would have won if it had Lewandowski.
Definitely. Before we move on to a bit about Inter, I want to ask one more thing. Me and Azam were having this conversation. Me and Azam have a lot of conversations.
You do. I said you
A
talk
lot,
too
a
much.
lot, a lot. We have a lot of conversations. We're talking about Yamal and Rafinha, and we're trying to compare them to like what type of winger. Okay, so Rafinha,
Yeah.
say for example, not even Rafinha, Doué from Inter, from PSG. His player type is more similar to like the Neymar, the Hazards, that kind of one. So it's more like flary, but more aggressive and powerful and fast and all of that.
Athleticism plus flair.
Yes. Rafinha is probably closer to that. Probably closer to that side. He doesn't have the flair stuff.
I was gonna say Rafinha is like Salah.
He's like a Salah. Yeah, that's what I
that's
said.
what came to mind.
I think he's closer to the Neymar side than he is to Salah's side. Because his stuff is
'Cause he can do
purposeful.
a step over?
It's purposeful. It's purposeful. And he looks cleaner. Much cleaner. Yes, he gets the numbers like Salah, but he's much cleaner as well than Salah.
Okay.
Now, when you take Yamal, I do not see a single winger besides one person who I thought is very similar to him, is Mahrez. In terms of the IQ, the decision making, and as well the style of play. Mahrez isn't the fastest, he isn't the strongest, but he's very skillful. Very skillful. Yamal isn't the same. Yamal is more like...
No, but I feel like Mahrez falls more into the Neymar category. Neymar is not like West African athleticism like
He
Doué.
isn't.
He's not.
He
He's
isn't.
more skill based.
Nah,
Like
yeah,
how
he's-
Hazard.
yeah,
is.
he's not in that
Neymar,
category, I'd
you
say.
see Neymar?
Yeah.
Neymar is fast.
He's
If you
fast.
remember him at Barca, Neymar
Yeah,
is
he was fast. He was
He's
fast.
quick. He's quick. Towards
But
the
I
end of
think
his
so is
career, when
Mahrez, bro.
But
he moved
Neymar's
into
not
the
trying.
ten,
Neymar's not trying to outpace you.
he isn't, but he
Neymar wants to
can.
dribble you and then
Yeah.
run out.
Yeah.
Sah,
Embarrass
but-
you, huh?
Yeah.
But the thing is, he can. How many times did we see Neymar just kick it down the line after a little shift and just
Go.
just put on the burners and khalas? You haven't seen Yamal do that at all. He never takes any sort of like maybe 5-10 meter strides without making some sort
Yeah,
of
he's
shimmy something.
he's a unique. It's like a hybrid. It's like
very
he's
unique.
like a number 10 that can play out. That's why in my mind I just cannot get rid of the idea that he's a pure number 10.
And this is
Let's
why
not forget
we're-
he's a good passer of the ball as
Yeah,
well.
I
Like,
just think
it's
he's a pure
ridiculous,
number
yeah.
10, bro.
when we were watching him in the Euros, I disrespected him a little bit. I said this guy does not do 1v1s. He was always crossing. At that time,
Yeah,
he wasn't
he was
doing much
more
1v1s.
crossing, yeah.
He was more crossing. So I thought in my head, this guy's not going to last out there and he's not going to be world class in that position. Because of his style of play. It's more of a 10.
He looks for the pass.
Yeah,
rather
he
Who's
looks
than-
the
for
player?
the
Who's the
assist.
player? Like, let's not do left foot only. Think about right foot as well. Who's the player then that we can think?
Similar to that?
Yeah.
I don't think there is any. Genuinely
I'm
don't.
gonna throw out a name, but if Hassan Idris was here, he would have killed me for it. But I think like Ozil.
Wallahi, Abdullah, I said the exact same thing
That's
to
what I
Azam,
think.
because he's a 10. Because he's
He's a 10.
That's it.
And in Real Madrid, sometimes they put him out wide. He can outpace you, but not with pure pace.
Exactly.
He'll just somebody would stick a leg in. He'll just
That's
flick
it.
it over and run past.
That's it.
That's
Wallahi,
what Lamine Yamal's doing. I think Ozil is the closest that I can think
And the
of.
thing is, when you're
Yeah.
comparing him to other players, you're never going to compare him to a winger. Never.
Yeah,
Because
always-
he's
There's one winger I could think of.
he's more of a midfielder than he's a winger.
Royce.
I don't even...
I feel like he was more
Assists.
pace.
Nah, towards like the end of the
Nah,
end of
man,
his-
we're talking prime. I feel like Marco Royce
I don't
was
know about
pace.
Royce.
It's hard, but like, it's hard to find a winger that's like that.
That's what
Bro.
I'm trying
He's
to
very
think. I
unique.
can't,
bro.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's
very
different.
unique.
It's
It's
different.
by
He's not a
just
natural
by
winger.
himself.
That's why I tried to say
I feel like
right foot, left foot. it
He's
doesn't
gonna
have-
end up in midfield
Yeah.
eventually.
And one,
You reckon?
Yeah. I think he's gonna end up as a 10 eventually.
I feel like he's gonna do the Neymar path. Towards the end, he's gonna end up as a 10. And I think even then, you're still gonna see.
He could be good enough. He
unbelievable
might be good enough to
quality.
play in the number 10, but I just think he's just if he at 17 years old, he's doing a maze on the right. Why would I want to move him from
No,
there?
no,
Yeah,
not
but
now,
not yet.
not now.
Huh?
Towards the later end of his
No, I'm just
career.
saying. You're saying maturing into his career. Like he would have to need to go there because something is wrong in the 10. I feel like he's probably.
You know
best
what
where
would be?
he's-
You know what would be? It's not something is wrong in the
Yeah.
10. It's something is wrong out wide. You know, out wide, even though it's not working on him right now. I was saying this to you yesterday. When out wide, it's easier to nullify a threat because you can just double up. In midfield, you can't double up. You can't. If you double up, you're leaving a gap somewhere else.
Yeah.
At wide, but because it takes so long for the ball to get into the box, it's easier to double up at wide. So you can take somebody out of the game by just putting a second or a third man behind, whatever. But if you're playing in the 10, if they put 2 on you, one of your other midfielders is free.
But can I tell you why Lamine Yamal probably needs to stay in the right wing? Because how many goals have you seen Lamine Yamal? It's always putting on his left, curling it into the back of the net. You can just tell this guy belongs. He's lived on a wing for years, bro. Wallah. He just belongs there, bro. It looks right, wallah.
At the moment, it looks too good and too natural for it to be changed.
I think when you turn into a 10, it's either you're gonna need a lot of help, like you're gonna need some sort of pace. Some sort of pace and power. I think a little bit of that.
I disagree, bro.
And
you need that more for the wing.
No.
You do.
I personally, I'm happy that just Barcelona just got the youngsters back in, bro.
Hey,
Or
Barcelona,
academy players.
Are we
They
saying they're winning the
stopped
Champions League?
No, we
I
won't
think-
get
I-
to that. We won't get to that yet.
Let's keep it moving. We're the main event, and I want to talk about their club.
We'll get to that.
Oh, and
alright.
the Spurs.
But I'm sorry, that's today. We're getting a lot of football knowledge put out there today. This is a fantastic episode.
Gems, boys.
So much better than
What
screaming.
gems?
wallahi.
We haven't got to the gems yet.
This
So
cast,
there's a lot of shit.
this is the cast that you want.
Boys, this might be the cast one I've ever
Everybody
seen.
was screaming about last week's cast. They're saying, I have that cast. I have a screaming match.
No,
Wallah.
thank you,
I was
wallahi.
like, this is actually football talk.
Finally, bro.
Boys, we need
something.
entertainment, but
Oh my god. Sorry, we'll get something at the end.
It is Muhammad. This is
With Yamal take, I wanted to say something about him. Yeah, one last thing. I think he's a player that has finally brought back the eye test.
Bro, the ITIS has been here, bro.
No. I think now players will not. If this was in the past, or if Yamal was a different player, if Yamal wasn't as good as he is on the ball and on the eye, people will start comparing his numbers to Rafinha and say, why in the world would he be Ballon d'Or?
Why is he a better player?
Why would he be a better player? But this,
I think
this
more
is
than the eye
undeniable.
test, he has brought joy back to football, bro.
100%.
I'm serious,
100%.
wallah. It's like I fell out of love of watching football, but now I want to watch Barcelona.
I mean,
I
I
want to watch this guy play.
I was just looking at his, but he's got good 12 assists, 6 goals in.
He does, but it does not compare
He's
to
not.
the other wingers.
He's not just an eye test. Well, he puts up numbers
He
there.
does,
Just
he
to-
does.
just to let-
But
But
he
you're right.
does.
He's a player. If for you to say he's world class, you can't just look at highlights. You need to watch him for 90 minutes of the game
Yeah,
and be like,
true.
oh
You'll
my
be
God,
like,
this
this
guy
guy-
is
understand,
it's
yeah.
ridiculous.
On another level.
But we do all agree he's world class, right?
at 17,
Yamal?
but at 17, he's still got the luxury of playing around with the eye test. Once you get to 20, that's when you start. 21, that's when the
Facts,
stats kick in.
Ravo.
Ravo,
Facts.
exactly what I said to
So
Hassan.
play around now, have fun, enjoy the
Sah.
football, learn as much as
Then
you can.
people don't care what anything looks like. We just want numbers.
After 22,
No, he has to be scoring, assisting. Like
You know why? You know
If you
why?
want to pass the Messi, Ronaldo, the numbers that they put up, well, as much as everyone's seen them, and they pass the eye test, people when they finish, people talk about the numbers.
Yeah.
So he has to put up the numbers.
100%.
Messi Ronaldo's numbers are ridiculous. Like, well, I was looking at like the other day. It was like 2015 or something, 2014. It was like 40 goals or something, and like 46 goals, 25 assists, 30 assists in like 50 games or something. I'm like, this is not normal.
And these guys are putting up ridiculous numbers for 15 years, 20
We
years.
can't-
yeah.
I don't know that's ever going to be replicated again.
Look,
They already started the comparison because him at now and
And Messi,
Ronaldo
yeah.
at Messi's age, he's already better than them
Yeah.
by some distance.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have to look at is when they reach their primes,
It's
it was
still-
ridiculous numbers
Skyrocketed,
every
bro.
single
The-
year.
the
Every
numbers
single year.
91 goals in 1 year?
skyrocketed, bro. That's wild.
stupid.
What do you mean? One will score 60 goals and not win the Ballon d'Or. How ridiculous is that,
Wild.
bro?
Yeah.
Wild.
That's just to show you the levels that they're at, and people still disrespect Cristiano Ronaldo.
Now, we're talking about both of them. Why
No,
you
we're
should
saying
get
they're
to
good.
Ronaldo?
I'll read it to
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo because
better than
Ronaldo's
that.
numbers are higher.
Okay,
we're gonna talk about numbers.
Ronaldo fans are
They're higher.
Enough, keep it
I want to
moving,
top
bro.
one, yeah.
They're higher. But yeah, Raver, you're right. I said the same point to Azam. I told him in the same image as like these players that were coming up, the Sakas, the Mason Greenwoods, the Fodens, all these players when they were coming up, they were having whatever good games off the bench and all this kind of stuff, but they never had this sort of consistency. And no one cared about their numbers then. But then now when they're hitting the 23s,
And it's
24
not,
age,
Amr, you know what it is?
now they
It's
care
not even
much
about,
more.
It's not about consistency. It's about when you're young, there's no expectations. Everything that you bring to the table is a bonus. But once you're an experienced player and then the team is relying on you to win them the game or to put up big performances, then it's like an expectation. A game starts, we're expecting Lamine Yamal to score or assist today. If he doesn't, then it's a problem.
Flop season,
The
blah,
same,
blah,
the
blah,
same
yeah.
with Lewis Kelly. Right now, everything he does is like a bonus. But then once he's 24, 25, if Lewis Kelly doesn't bring this as what he's doing right now as a minimum, We're gonna scream at him.
Sah.
We're gonna lose it at him.
Sah,
So
boys,
that's more what it is.
we won't take too much time on this.
Let's go to the Europa.
Mate, no, this is the main event.
We're gonna just
This
do
is-
a quick.
this is what we left for last.
Yeah,
You
quick
know
predictions. That's what I'm
predictions?
saying. Quick predictions for the Inter and Barca game. Before we do predictions, quick shout out to Denzel Dumfries. Wallahi,
Shout out to him.
silly decision from the coach to take him off.
Yeah,
Absolutely
what a wing
silly,
back, bro.
wallah.
He's a specialist wing back.
He had a game and a half. That was khalas brief. 3-3 Abdullah. Who do you think is gonna win it in the San Siro?
I said it last week, and I'll say it again. I think Inter Milan go through.
What's the goal like?
2-1, 3-2.
You're just
Inter
scared of
Milan.
Barca. You're just scared of Barca.
No, I don't.
Give us one. Give us
I'm
one.
not.
No,
Wallahi, I'm not.
don't. No more. Just what's the score?
3-2.
3-2.
Hey, Barcelona, man.
Banging match.
Barcelona are going to go through 1-0, 2-0. Regardless, Barcelona's going through Champions League final.
2-0.
I'm gonna go. It hurts me. 2-1 Inter.
2-1 Inter.
I want Barca to win, but
I'll be honest. I think no matter what, Barca will still win.
Yeah, it's
I
just
think-
too big of a game, man.
I think 2-1 Barca.
the San Siro is scary, man.
It is.
It's scary.
But-
The fact that they're not going
don't-
there with the lead
Yeah.
is a big
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it
I
is.
gotta
And-
understand, Barcelona is a much better team.
No.
We understand that,
Yeah.
but that's
We've seen-
Yeah,
Were they
it's
close
still
to
Champions-
their
yeah,
best?
Yeah.
That's us. We
They
don't want to go too far into.
We've seen. No, we'll just say we've seen it before, but
Go ahead.
prime Barcelona went there. Jose Mourinho, same thing. These guys know how to defend. You know, in the Camp Nou, those 41 clearances, by the way, by Inter Milan.
Scrappy player.
They know how to scrap through these Italians.
Yeah.
That's one thing
true.
about them.
They
That's
probably
true.
will.
Moving on, lads, to another game in Europe.
The main event.
In Europe.
The main event.
Capital of Europe.
I was gonna start with my club, but we start with your club.
Now let's start with your club.
Tottenham.
No, relax.
Oh,
relax.
no, hold on.
No, we leave the best for last. It's the best for last.
No, we're not gonna have any time for my one.
Nah.
I'm the only one here because
Alright, go. Fair enough.
Everyone's gonna
We won't
be
bully
against
you.
you.
We won't bully you.
Tottenham versus Bodø Glimt. Firstly, before we start,
Say the name again.
just say Tottenham.
Bodø Glimt. Firstly, before we start, Yaqub, what country is Bodø Glimt from?
Norway. The
That-
best
this
Norwegian.
one, I don't know.
The best Norwegian team.
Is it?
Yeah.
MashaAllah, that's fantastic. So, lads, take it away. What did you think of your club? Wallahi?
Glory, Tottenham Hotspur. All right, let's wrap it up, boys. Episode's done. Let's go home.
I can't believe we have
Tottenham Europa League final.
Yeah,
Here
sure,
we
bro.
come. Manchester United. Oh,
Guys,
what a game.
Everyone.
What a game.
You're moving to the final like that?
I'm already in
Speaking
the
about your
finals.
club, bro,
My
you
spot's there.
finally, for the first time, by the way, Richarlison and Solanke started together. That hasn't happened.
Don't
What
talk
did
to
you
me
guys
about
think of
players,
that, by
man.
the
I'm
way?
in the Europa League final, man. That's
Tell me.
the headlines of today, man.
Nah, serious though.
Solanke needs to
Serious
get on
though,
the goals,
what
I'd say.
What was the level like? Because I didn't watch the full match. I didn't even watch the highlights.
It wasn't that.
Are they any good? Are they any good?
Going from watching Champions League.
I thought
on
they scored in the
the,
first minute, bro.
yeah.
I didn't watch the highlights.
No, it's not about the first minute, but it was just from like going from watching Champions League on the Thursday.
I'm not talking
to
about
Friday.
the quality of the game. I'm talking about Bodø Glimt. Are they any
Yeah,
good?
no. Well, like to be honest, no.
It's like
They were missing 3 players
missing where?
of their
Hey, you're not supposed to
starters.
tell them that, man.
Yeah.
What happened?
This was a battle team, bro.
They got red
Suspended,
cards,
injured?
yeah, suspended, yellow cards.
No, they had 3 suspensions.
Yeah,
and
3
2
suspensions.
injuries.
And those are the 3 starters.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nah,
so
it's
it's-
just
So they
shambles,
coming
wallah.
back to the second leg?
Nah.
They're not
Scary time, second
They're not
leg, man.
coming. They're not coming back.
Well, like to be honest, hey, you know what I'm gonna predict here? Well, I clip this. Of these 4 games, there's gonna be one of them at least that just does a huge flip. Whichever one it is, I don't know. Hopefully, it's not Tottenham. It probably will be Tottenham.
It's most likely
But one of
Tottenham.
those games, I'm telling you, in Europe, because it has to happen, you know that, yeah.
Arsenal.
One of those games will
Arsenal's
flip.
gonna be PSG.
Well, I hope it's Tottenham instead of
Arsenal beating PSG. Yeah. You'd rather lose and we lose.
Oh, we both crash out. Why would I want success for you? I would never want success for you.
You would never hear the end of it. That's
Huh?
why.
But one of them will be. I just hope it's not
I don't think we're gonna lose. I think Angie's job is on the line, bro. And I think
but-
you could tell these guys are fighting for him. I'm happy to see the team back, bro. I'm happy to see Van der
Look, we
Ven,
got-
You reckon they're fighting for him, Rabel?
I think
Yeah.
so.
You think
Yeah.
so? You
Yeah.
think
But
they
he-
want to keep him? They want
yeah.
the manager to
They
stay?
know they can see that they. Firstly, I personally as a Tottenham fan, I like the football we're playing now. Like we're losing, but like let's
You're
tweak
enjoying
it up.
yourself.
I'm enjoying football, bro. I like football. That's why
I'm not
when I
enjoying
watch it, no, I don't care about.
I'm not a fan of the passes look high, the shots look high, but we're losing. At the end of the day, bro, this is a results based.
This is
business.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah. No. Wallah, let's be real here. It's a result based business.
Yeah.
No,
No,
if you win, good. If you lose, bad. Like losing in a nice way. Like what is this? Like this is a business. Like
No,
where
no,
you
no.
Win the game.
There's potential,
and
like-
then play nice.
No, we're doing.
I don't know about you.
there's
I love
potential.
Mourinho for football. Like,
Nah.
I'm a big fan.
I
wallah.
can't do that.
I love
bro.
it in finals, but
Huh?
I don't love it all season.
Yeah.
I can't watch 38
Oh,
games.
yeah, you can't watch it every
38
week.
games, 38 wins.
1-0,
Boring.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0, huh?
Half a nil, I'd be happy.
I can't do it, bro. I couldn't
Nah,
do
bro.
Mourinho, man.
Nah, I can't.
I personally,
Bro, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed the 22-23 season when Arsenal were balling out. Wallah al-Azim. I'd never been so excited in my life since Fabregas left for Arsenal. Honestly.
You know that
like football, that your team playing good football, good expansive attacking football, there's nothing better than
remember
that.
the season Leicester won the league?
Yeah.
The season after it as well? Those 2 seasons were the best seasons I
Tottenham,
watched Tottenham.
The Dele Alli.
Just flicks, balls, goals, celebrations.
Technical players.
Yeah, man. And I personally think, I reckon we're going to win this, let's win the Europa. I reckon there's going to be a couple of Tottenham fans getting tattoos of the Europa Cup on themselves.
You're one of them, huh?
And I reckon we can beat United.
But you're both happy with Ange so far?
I like Ange.
I feel like Jacob is Ange out.
I'm very frustrated with Ange.
So-
Because, wallahi, to be honest, look, I criticize Abdullah because he goes too hard on his manager, I think. But wallahi, seriously, with Ange, you have to show some flexibility. This is life 101. You can't just say, I have this way of thinking and I'm not going to be reasonable with anything.
That's facts. That's facts.
You have to adapt. You have to, he's like a stubborn old man sometimes. And it's just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
When football unanimously says this guy's wrong, sometimes you just have to everyone's
to
telling you
accept
you're
it.
wrong.
He has to
You have to
accept
accept
it.
it.
Yeah.
Even in his interviews, people, a lot of Tottenham fans are very frustrated with him. He'll come, he makes his excuses.
Nah, mate,
It's mate, the linesman, this and that. It's like, come on, Ange. You make these subs, and I actually reckon where Ange loses the biggest points is substitutions. Ange makes emotional subs. The guy won't run, and you can tell who he's gonna sub off. It's like the guy who's running the least amount. This is proper Australian scrappy manager, you know what I mean? I still love him, wallah. But it's such an Australian thing to do. The guy that's running the least amount, just sub him out. It's so frustrating, wallah.
Check the GPS tracker.
Wallah, I'm being serious. If Son skips a few presses, come out. I'm like,
I got a problem with Son, but I got a problem with Son.
I got a problem with a lot of Tottenham players.
Yeah, I got a problem with Son.
Well, and the thing is, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This has been a shit season, bro. This
It's the worst with
17?
17th. Yeah, it's 16,
Yeah.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
because
bad.
18th, 19th, and 20th go
We're
down.
like
You
saying,
get 17th.
we get 3 points, we go up to 15th. It's not that bad. It's not that
Nah,
bad.
it's pretty bad, bro.
It's
But
bad,
it-
bro. Will you get the 3 points though?
Yeah.
Who you got this weekend?
Wallahi, there's I don't know.
Don't you have?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm only waiting for next Friday. That's all I care about. Wallahi.
Nah, Chelsea got Liverpool.
For the sake of time, let's just skip to straight Tottenham Man United.
But boys, hold on.
Wallahi,
So
hey,
just
I wanna
one.
talk about
Khalas,
Tottenham Man
I'll
United.
give you one final question for Tottenham. Ange has been linked with Leeds. Leeds are getting promoted.
Wallah?
He's been linked with Leeds. Yeah.
What a disaster.
Okay.
He's just surviving.
You know what?
He's just surviving.
The
And this guy,
Abdullah, you know the crazy thing
he's
is,
gonna div,
if
guys.
Ange wins the Europa League, it's a statue outside the football club.
It has to be.
But if you lose, it's fine.
But you know,
it's it's the biggest.
Some people.
It's such a.
Some fans are saying even if he wins the Europa League, he needs to get sacked.
Nah, absolutely not.
No,
That's
he's not, he's
ridiculous.
not,
That's a
he's not.
ridiculous
He's not.
take, and I
No,
will
but
not accept that.
you know why they're saying this?
Yeah.
They're saying it's like when Chelsea let Di Matteo stay after winning the Champions League. You know he's not your long-term manager just because he won. You're keeping him on.
Yes, that's
You
exactly.
shouldn't.
as a show
No,
of
hold
respect.
on.
Don't give him that grace
Is he
period,
delivering
bro.
me a Europa League?
Huh.
You have a 5-year grace period. Wallahi al-azim. Am I wrong?
Hey, it's
5-year grace period.
And you know what?
And
Hey,
stinking it
Abdullah.
up 17 to the next
Nah,
one.
You know
nah,
what?
nah,
I changed my mind. 7-year grace period. Hey, Europa League.
Hey.
I'm dying for something.
Abdullah.
Give me anything up.
Wallahi al-azim, bro.
The thing is, hey, don't forget the injuries
The
too.
club
Wallah.
is actually whack.
No, don't.
Man, hey, this guy's laughing.
You're getting off text message next week.
Because you know why? We're going to go to London. Champions of Europe, finish up the
Yeah.
song. We will
You'll never sing that? We'll
We
see.
will never sing that because you won't win the Champions League.
Wait, we got
Me?
United. We got United too.
I'm going to beat United.
Hold on,
My 11
wait.
versus Man United's 11? Come on, but let's be serious.
Because these guys are.
We'll get to
No way,
United.
brother.
We'll get to United. Since
No
you
way.
guys are so confident, Khalas, we'll do predictions and say we just. What do you think the scoreline is going to be?
Against Manchester United?
No.
Bodo Glimt, second
Bodo
half.
Glimt.
Bodo
Second-
Glimt.
second-
Wallahi.
Synthetic ground? Or real grass?
Nah,
win.
young
Huh?
boys, young boys is
Synthetic?
real.
Wallahi.
Real.
Look,
Now, wallah, you don't know in no way.
no.
Scandinavian countries, who knows,
Wait,
wallah?
it's summer, cuz.
Climate change or
Yeah,
what?
true.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
true.
Climate change and stuff, huh?
In winter-
You don't want to
in
water
winter
the.
they
What's
Winter's
that?
different story. Yaqub.
Wallahi, it's so painful to
Predictions,
say
man.
this 1-0 Tottenham. Or even a draw. Wallahi, I just want to go to the finals.
Anything
We'll beat
Yeah.
them 3-1, 4-1.
3-1 at their home.
Yeah.
There's no way we do that.
Wallah.
We,
Who cares, brother?
Hey, come on, hey, be a sportsman.
I think it's going to be 3-0. I think it's going like 3-0 on aggregate, and it's going to go to pens, and you guys will lose on pens.
Ooh.
Hey, he's scared. Just let you know. For
I
context,
think you guys will
this
lose
is a
on
Man
pen.
United fan who does not want to see Tottenham in the
No.
finals.
Now,
Don't worry, we're going to be there.
Now, comfortably, we'll move on to Man United. Just understand, boys. I told you guys this in the last episode, Abdullah.
Atrocious.
What are you looking for?
I want to see the defender's name. That got
Oh,
sent
okay. No.
off. You paid the ref.
No,
Yeah, wallah.
no.
Apparently,
I'm going to tell you
Sabir was
this.
Bro,
saying
you're
yesterday
actually
that's the best centre back.
You're actually in the
Dude,
finals
stop.
because of a
Bilbao.
card. Because of a refereeing decision, you're going to be in the
Yeah.
finals.
Best centre back.
Sabir Galek, this guy, he is going to leave Bilbao. One of the big clubs is coming after him.
Okay.
He's like him. He's their best centre back.
Okay, with one of the silliest mistakes in the box, wallahi al-azim.
It's a red card.
Howler. It's not a red card. The
There you
fact
go.
that he's...
That's enough. That's enough.
I'm not saying...
Start now.
Hey,
say
Abdullah,
that.
not
I
on top of
didn't
that, Man United was getting dominated even after the red card.
Hey, shuf that, wallahi.
After
Say
the red
wallahi
card.
he watched the game first.
Hey,
Say wallahi he watched the game.
you know the sad thing
Don't
is,
talk
you know
when
the
you
sad
say
thing is,
that.
no.
Say wallahi he watched the
You know what?
game.
Hey,
Biggest liar.
Let me fact
Because
check.
I know after that Tottenham game, you're not turning it on.
Let him fact check me. I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights. Every Man United fans told me, bro, I'm scared of you guys in the finals. We couldn't even beat a team with a red card. It's a reality, wallahi. I'm being honest with you. Man United fans.
Let me
Come on, bro, in front of the cameras. In front of the cameras, you're not going to tell me the truth?
Let me speak.
Come
Let
on,
me
man.
speak. Because,
Well,
by
like,
the
the
way...
stats are looking at
let me-
United's favour.
let me tell you,
No. It's not that.
Yaqub, stop screaming nonsense and just listen for 1 second, wallahi. This team, by the way...
Look at that. One red card. That's all I'm worried about. That's really all I'm worried about.
Forget
You versed the
this.
team with a red card from what? The 20th minute.
Forget this.
The 20th minute.
Cuz, and did you see the red card though?
Lads, I didn't even get to speak about my club.
go, speak
You
about
guys
your club.
spoke about your club.
Sorry.
Let me speak about my club.
Sorry. Go.
Far around, bro.
Man,
These guys were like, what did I say here, Abdullah? With chest?
You said you're gonna beat Bilbao.
No, what did I say about our club? What did I say about United?
I don't remember.
I said the big games, even the big games in the Premier League,
Yes.
I said we show up.
Oh, stop it.
Wallahi azim, we show up. We show up. Just like we did.
I would love to disagree with him, but they've done that this year.
Just
Not
like we
against
did.
Tottenham.
They came to Emirates Stadium, wallahi, and they knocked us out of the FA Cup. They beat Man City, and last year they stinking up the place. They won the FA Cup.
This is what I tell you,
That's-
wallahi,
that's-
in those big moments, I don't know what it is. Some niggas just turn it on. Wallahi, Maguire, I said this to I've lied to him.
What a winger.
I now
What a
understand. No, wallahi, not even I'm talking about defensive duties.
Yeah.
I now understand that this guy has been disrespected for too long. He is
Why, who?
actually...
You are one of the reasons.
Yeah,
I am one of them. Wallahi, I'm
you're
one
part
of
of
them.
them, like,
Wallahi,
you're
as a
not a
United
fan.
fan, I'm definitely one of them. He is actually one of the best defenders. Wallahi,
He's a
azim.
good footballer.
Wallahi, he's amazing. On the ball, his reading of the game, come on, is amazing, bro. And then going forward, there's nothing to be said. The guy plays like a winger, cuz. He's unbelievable. Azam, I'm gonna send you a photo. Ahmed Diallo put it on his story. He put Maradona with like a face of Maguire. Cuz this guy was
They've been doing it with every player. They do it with the R9 haircut. R9
He's unbelievable. And let me talk to you about one other guy. This guy, oh my God, wallahi, the amount of love I have for this guy.
Ugarte?
Don't even talk to me about Odegaard this. He was being compared
Bruno
to the
Fernandes?
biggest... Bruno Fernandes is the best 10 in the world
Relax,
right
relax,
now.
relax,
Wallahi.
relax.
Wallahi, full
Relax,
with chest, Abdullah.
relax.
Right? Who's the best 10 in the world?
I would go
Who?
Valverde.
No one. No
Jude Bellingham.
one.
I'll take Jude
He
Bellingham over him.
Rasak.
I took- I
If you
take
want to
Jude
do,
Bellingham
if you want
over
to
him.
do the numbers, if you want to do
I
the
don't want
numbers,
to do the numbers.
Okay, you don't want to
I'll
do the
take Jude
numbers.
Bellingham over him.
I will take the performances. If Hassan Afa was here right now, he'll tell you you're dumb.
Hassan Afa hates Jude Bellingham.
Boys,
He's been saying it's a publicity stunt.
Abdullah.
Signing him was a publicity stunt.
Abdullah.
They said that from day one when they bought him from Borussia Dortmund.
Abdullah, tell me. Okay, we talk about game changes, right? We
Listen,
talk.
listen. Can I say something? First of all, can I say
I
something?
asked you a question.
No,
I asked you a question.
didn't
Answer
ask
my
me.
question first.
You asked me, I answered you.
I said we talk about game changers, sir. Yes or no? Mush?
Yeah.
When we talk about game changers, what is a game changer? A player that literally, for the word itself, can change the game by themselves.
Okay,
They don't need
when did
nothing.
he change the game, Hassi?
In this game?
Yeah.
At the first, he scored the goal for us.
The penalty.
Yeah, the penalty. Throughout the whole freaking game. Wallahi, azim, the only one. Running is another thing the Aussies do. Controlling the pace of the game. Creating chances, multiple freaking chances in behind.
I'm not going to argue with you over Bruno Fernandes
Man,
because
you
you,
wanna
dropped,
talk
because
about
you dropped
Bruno?
Martin Odegaard's name. Martin Odegaard this season has been stinking it up, and everybody
Any
will tell you
season.
that. No,
any
not
season.
Not any season.
Bruno Fernandes is one of the most consistent players, Abdullah.
He has
Forget
been-
front
he has
threes.
been consistent.
He
He has
is
been very
consistent.
consistent.
Every season, he's hitting double digits for both assists and goals. That is not normal. For any 10, that is not normal. The way this guy has been disrespected for his attitude without the ball and his attitude on the pitch where he waves his arms, he's sucking this, that is...
Which is stinky.
It's disgusting. I hate it. But guess what? The guy gets the job done. And he's literally our main guy, and it's incredible, Allah has him to see. And one guy, come on, that I didn't hold to that standard. You know how saying someone opened my eyes about Pedri? Ugarte.
Yeah, he's
Ugarte
serious
is
six.
serious.
He's a serious
He
six.
is a serious player, and I think he got subbed off, which made me just think about this.
You're 3-0.
Ruben Amorim, no, because he subbed him off and he left Casemiro on, and Casemiro was not having nowhere near as the game as he did. He did well. I'm not saying he didn't do well, but nowhere near as Ugarte. But
Samir scored.
bro, this
Ruben
this-
Amorim has an
boys,
alpha.
I'm telling you, well, this team. I'm
You
sorry,
reckon
lads.
Ruben? You like what he's doing?
No. I said from the start when he first came in, I said I see that we're changing a style of play. We're actually doing something. We're building something. So when we play the games, I'm not saying what the heck are we doing? Where's this guy at? Where's this? There's actual plan to the game.
Yeah.
So that's what intrigued me from the start. I was like, okay, there's a system here at play, and we're doing something right.
Yeah.
If you can manage to give this guy the players that he needs, then it's khalas. Then it's a completely different team. Right now, he's dealing with scraps and he's giving us all of this. That is insane. All of these players, none of them are his. All of them are bums that Ten Hag bought. Some of them are actually doing something, but majority of them are just players that are just left behind. They're just waiting literally for the season to end and they're going to get rid of them completely. And for him to be doing something like as great as this one, like Europa League, maybe gets disrespected or whatever, but you're playing Atletico Bilbao away from home. Bilbao was not a joke of a team. I think they're fourth in the Liga with 60 points or something in the league. We are 16th or something.
Like, hey, can I just interrupt you while I talk about Athletic Bilbao, bro? They only get players from the Basque region.
Yeah.
And they're in the Champions
They've got a
League,
tough
sorry,
one,
Europa League semi-finals,
got a
never
tough-
been relegated.
They've been like
That
that.
has to be wild, bro.
Yeah.
Was by far, to win 3-0 away
3-0
from
away
home.
from
This
home.
is
No, that's a good job, that's a
And
good job.
If we want to
Nobody
talk,
expected that.
If we want
But
to
it's a
talk
red
about,
card,
if we want
so,
to talk
like-
about the red card, by the way,
Yeah.
before that red card happened, I think they had the first chance with Iñaki Williams, who had the header, just went over the bar.
Amir, the main thing
Other
is...
than
it
that-
Hey, you're lucky
0-0,
that was on the
Amir.
target, man.
The main
Other
thing,
than that-
it was 0-0. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
So
well,
if with them 1-0 down, with 11 players, I think it's a different game.
And it's not the days where we're scared to go. People are scared to go to Old Trafford.
You know it's a different game, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a-
So
it's a
I
different
think
game. Okay,
that
you
still have to be on the
punish,
game.
punish
Yeah,
us,
exactly.
punish us for this dumb defender's mistake. Punish us. Abdullah, he stopped a goal scoring opportunity.
no, it's a
Literally,
red card,
I tap in for a goal. It's a pen and a red. Bye.
It's not.
Khalas.
It's not, bro.
I know it's a double jeopardy thing or whatever.
You're not allowed. It's not a penalty. It's not a red card, bro.
It is a red.
It's not a red.
It is a
You
red.
know it's not a red. You said no.
Look at
before.
this
We
Man
saw
United
your
fan
camera.
now.
What do
He's
you mean?
enjoying
It is a
himself.
red.
recorded.
It is a red.
You said it's not a red.
It is a red.
We all know it's not a red, bro.
The amount
Everybody
of
in the world knows
times
it's not
you
a
guys
red,
try to take anything from United.
Don't worry,
I'm
just
not
take
taking
it.
anything from United.
Shush.
You just
Hey,
tell us.
Ahmed, it was going to be a different game. Real
tell us.
Madrid
Do
and
you agree or disagree?
Real Madrid and Arsenal. Real Madrid and
agree or
Arsenal.
disagree?
Look at him, the Red Devil.
Declan Rice didn't hit those. By the
But
way,
he
Declan
did.
Rice, he's never going to hit ever again.
But he did,
Ever
bro.
again.
He did.
He's hitting.
Hey, shit happens,
Rose
bro.
Duncan.
2 goals away, we
Stop,
still win.
Allah.
We win 2-1 on aggregate. صح ولا لا؟
Stop. I'm not even going to take this to
Sahara.
Arsenal. We won
Yeah,
3-0.
exactly.
Shush.
Enjoy your
They're
game.
going to come to Old Trafford and we're going to give them the work. You want to ask for predictions?
I
These
hope this
niggas-
is the one that gets turned around.
Oh, no
Ya'qub.
chance.
Inshallah.
I hope.
Allahumma ameen.
This is my dua, wallah.
Allah, Allah, it's actually scary.
I hope, bro.
Wallahi, that might
Wallah, we hope
happen.
you
Inshallah, wallah. That would
Actually,
make the whole
Astaghfirullah,
world
actually.
of
No.
football
We're
happy.
definitely going to lose then.
Because this is a big injustice, and also,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
if you guys
you
play
know,
Atletico Bilbao, you're losing.
there's nobody I hate more than Man United. Wallahi, not even Tottenham. You can call me a fake Arsenal fan. Wallahi al-Azim, I don't mind Tottenham winning the Europa League if we win the Champions League.
What if you don't win the Champions League?
Nah, then no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I
Absolutely
thought.
no.
Get out of my
But
face,
United, I would rather United lose than anything. Wallah.
I'll start with the predictions. I think 2-0.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
I think
I
that's-
think 2-1. I don't think we can stop them from scoring. I think 2-1.
I think they win 2-0
I was
and
gonna
just
say-
go out.
Yeah, I think they
2-0?
win. Yeah,
They win
yeah.
2-0,
Us?
but no,
Yeah.
Humma. They
Yeah.
Bilbao
Atletico.
win 2-0,
Yeah.
And then
but you guys go through.
I think Bilbao wins, but it won't be enough to get through. Yeah.
I'll say 2-2 draw.
It's gonna be a big week of football.
massive freaking
Big,
one.
Wallahi,
big
hey, the
week
next
of
episode,
basketball, bro.
Massive freaking
it's gonna be a big one.
That's actually everything. Let's quickly. We're gonna end the podcast with Rayan special, the riddles.
Oh, you didn't?
Of course, we did it. We did it in the last
No,
episode.
I'm saying, did you write them
Of
up?
course.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with a couple. Everyone, boys, you have one guess. As I'm reading the riddle, you can guess.
Is it
If
a
you-
football riddle or?
It's a football
player.
riddle.
Yeah.
You guess
Oh,
the
okay,
player.
yeah.
So you just guess the player through the football riddle.
Alright.
I will read the riddle.
What's the section called, by the way? Can it be named after me?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Raver special.
Ravers riddles.
Ravens.
There we go.
Nah, stand there. Bro, I'm too good at this show. Like, Azam, stay in debate. We don't need you guys.
Ravers riddle.
We'll start. Okay, I'll start the riddle. While I'm going through it with it, you can say the player if you think it's obvious. As soon as you say it, you're shut up.
That's your guess.
You can't say
okay,
anything
yeah.
until everyone else has said the guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I wore no flash, no trick, no flair, just brute precision, cold and bare. They feared my strike, the nod, the rise, a record set beneath grey skies. Though I stayed home and never chased, I left my number still untraced.
Anashira.
My days, Ray, bro.
That's side-eye, bro. That's side-eye, bro. Cheating, bro. He's definitely heard that before.
That is unreal.
So going home and stuff, he's not the flashy guy. No one really cares. And I stayed home and my number never traced. So Harry Kane hasn't got his number yet.
I scored and I recorded
his record, yeah, that's his record.
That is brilliant.
You know,
that is class.
Wallahi.
Where'd your brain go into that? Tell us like.
Bro, wallahi, hey, I'm not going to say where I was going to.
I was thinking Roberto Carlos.
I thought Mohamed Salah at the start.
I thought Salah.
Yeah.
Mo Salah?
Yeah, the description you were making.
At the start,
I had no flair, no tricks and all that kind of stuff. Okay, fair enough.
I could not, wallahi.
Oh, when you said the one club, I was like,
Next
I
one.
had no clue.
Actually,
He didn't play for one club though.
Alan Shearer?
No, I didn't say it.
He didn't say
I didn't say one club.
Didn't you say
He
stay
said he goes home or something.
Yeah, I said I never left home. Home was England. He
Oh.
didn't leave home.
That's horrendous.
Bro, you just threw us off then, right?
Yeah, wallahi.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be.
Man.
I made it harder.
I
Come on,
genuinely-
boys.
You know, at the start, I was like, you know where I went? I went John Terry, but really I was thinking Maldini. There's a player that's shirt is retired. One club man. Is that Maldini's shirt?
Maldini, yeah.
It is retired. So
Milan.
that's
I don't know
what-
if it's retired.
I know John Terry's not
Maldini.
retired. John
When
Terry's
you
not
said
retired.
my number untraced, I was like, is that?
Oh,
like,
I said
shirt
number, the goal
You
record.
went to Roberto Carlos stuff.
No, wallahi, I was thinking defender, shirt number retired. Wallahi, I was thinking John Terry.
Give us a more easy one than that, man.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
That was
but-
easy, Kaz.
nah, cuz.
Yeah,
That was
but
not easy.
I can't give you any easy ones, wallah. Because last week they were actually pretty easy, so this
Yeah,
one I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I gotta
Oh,
change
okay,
it up.
fair enough. Go.
This one, I'm not gonna say this, so I'll do this one last. I shine with speed and finish clean. My nation's pride, a dribbling machine. 2 feet, 1 smile, I strike with flair. In North London, I'm loved everywhere.
Son.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's why I did that
I
one.
knew it was Son when he said 2 feet. Well, I knew it was Son when he said 2 feet.
I went Sadio Mane first of all.
Nah, that's Son.
This one, I chose this one for someone who was meant to be on the podcast today. I led the
he did
line
himself.
with silent grace. No need for flair to win the race. My kiss to ring, a famous sight.
Suarez.
In white I rose.
Oh my God, no!
Harry Kane?
In white I rose in
Yes.
Europe's light. Before the stars and global fame, I built a legacy with just my name. None of these are gonna get it. Just to let you know, the only
it
person
again.
that would have got it was the person that was.
Read
gonna
it
get
again, read
Say
it
that
again. No,
Raul.
no, wait. Oh, come on.
This one.
No. I had a guess. Yeah, you're out.
Yeah.
Because this guy
You
gave
ruined
me
the
the
game,
answer.
I wanted
He
you
gave
to
me the
ruin the
answer.
game. You ruined the
He
game.
gave me the answer. He said it was for someone that was here.
Raul.
Raul
Yeah, no,
Sabit's
I
favorite
get-
player.
Yeah, Salah's favorite player.
That's-
So
he
I
gave
did
me the
one
clue.
for the people that are around. Obviously,
Yeah,
Spurs for Son and stuff.
I don't like this segment anymore.
Last week he
Last
won
week
it.
I won it.
As I said, guys, we will be doing some on pitch football
Ahmed,
videos.
you need to stop promoting.
No. I've got the stuff.
Okay, you need to
I've got
stop
the
promoting
stuff.
until
I'm
we
gonna
shoot.
promote it. You know
We've
why?
gotta shoot first.
Because I've got to make sure people understand that this shit is coming.
They're anticipating
And
it.
We're gonna be doing it twice a month. So so it will be the usual episodes once a week, and then one every 2 weeks of the on-field
We're bringing
challenges.
that to football boots.
Of course. This is proper stuff, and some people are gonna get
This is where
embarrassed.
Ahmed's going to start shining.
Some people, I might not
Rather
even
than
take.
talking about Man
I
United.
might just be the cameraman in these videos,
Hey.
guys.
That's what we like.
I think I might have to be. But yeah, make sure you look out for those videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. That's been everything for today.
Australian
Prime
elections,
Minister.
boys. Albanese might win the race.
Good.
Nah, he looks like he's going to win.
Yeah, 48
Take
seats.
care and peace.
All my niggas, we intimidated. All my they intimidated. Burn City, we intimidating. Got my young boy, he intimidated. All my shooters, yeah, they really aiming with them cold niggas. We ain't got no patience. Money talks in my conversation. One niggas, they are imitated.
Ask my dogs, we intimidated. Ask my bro, we intimidated. How you poppin', no niggas hating, and I play the hoe to keep